Hello. So let's take a look at your first assignment. This assignment deals with the causes of information system project failures, and it's due to be submitted via Dropbox on Blackboard in week 5, not later than 12 midnight on Friday, September 28th. So what do you have to do here? Well, I want you to conduct some internet research on the causes of information systems development project failures. You can simply use the Google search engine if you choose. There are two things that you need to do. You are to first perform some research on the internet, and then when you finish doing your research and you have enough material, write up and turn in a brief original paper as described below that summarizes your findings. Here is the topic. It's often been reported that organizational information systems development projects that follow the System Development Lifecycle, SDLC approach, which we will be studying throughout this course, ultimately fail and are scrapped during implementation or beyond. In fact, many, if not most, large-scale information systems development projects fail. After you do adequate research, I want you to write up a summary of what you have learned. Please make your summary in the form of a single-spaced Word document that is at least 2 pages long of typed text, 1-inch margins all around. Use 12-point font, please. At least 2 pages long, but not more than 3 single-spaced pages long. So you are required to submit your typed assignment through a Dropbox in week 5 of our Blackboard sessions, not later than midnight on Friday, September 28th. That should say 2018, not 2017. I'll edit that. As noted in the syllabus, any assignment that is turned in late, that is, it's not submitted into the Dropbox by that time for any reason whatsoever, will automatically be docked 10 points or 1 letter grade. The relevant topic is information systems development failures rather than information system usage failures. This is kind of a subtle distinction, but it's important for you to understand to do this assignment correctly. And in the video immediately following this one, I will show you examples on the internet of what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. That is, what is relevant and what is not relevant. I want your research to focus on failures attributable to some lack of fulfilling the SDLC process rather than just systems that failed that are not related to an inadequate SDLC. That is, systems that failed because of some silly technical glitch, or systems that failed because of anything that's not related to one of the phases of the systems development lifecycle. So again, to clarify this distinction, please view the YouTube video posted on Blackboard immediately following this one, which shows examples. I will post that YouTube video URL right here once I make it, which I will just in a minute. You cannot use any of the example URLs that are shown in that video. And here are the 2 example URLs, okay? Just so you know, this will be the YouTube video that talks about these 2 URLs. You want to watch this. The second one, the one right after this one. Okay. So this work and your research, of course, must be your own. You're not to collaborate with other TAMIU students in completing this assignment. Now, what is the assignment? I want you to specifically focus on 2 questions, and you're required to use at least 3 or 4, more if you wish, different internet sources in your summary and as the basis of the research in your assignment that you turn in. Please only cite the internet sources that you actually use. Put them, just the URL is fine, put them on a separate page of the submitted assignment. So if your assignment is 2.5 pages long, then on the 4th page, you'll have a header that perhaps says references, and you'll just number them. 1, this URL, 2, another URL, 3, third URL that you used, 4, and so forth, just so I can find them if I want to, have to. You don't have to abide by APA or any other formatting protocol. Okay, your own work is, as you know, Blackboard has its own built-in plagiarism detection software. Okay, so here are the 2 specific questions. This is important. After reading various internet sources, what seems to be the 3 or 4 most important critical success factors for information system development? Success, meaning if they're absent, a failure is likely. So you find relevant sources and you see them that they say this large-scale information system failure was due to a lack of understanding of the requirements in the analysis phase of the SDLC. Or this internet source that I'm using shows that this large-scale information system development project was caused by a lack of user acceptance. And the lack of user acceptance, which happened in the implementation phase perhaps, was because the users rejected it for this or that or whatever reason. Okay? So that's the first question. Critical success factors for information system development success tied to specific SDLC phases. Second question, explain a bit about each of these 3 or 4 critical success factors that you identify in the first question. So then you elaborate on why is it that each one of the particular critical success factors that you cite is important to information system development success. What is it about each one that promotes success? Or what is it about each one that the lack of it causes failure? Okay? Now, there is no one correct answer for question number 1, although most discussions do come to a consensus. Most discussions raise the same issues, the same critical success factors that when they're absent and they are tied to specific phases of the SDLC are responsible for the failures. Okay, if you have any questions at all about this assignment, come ask me. Write me an email, come to me in office, say, Dr. Ubona, I don't quite understand this, or Dr. Ubona, I'm not quite sure if this is a good example. Okay, do it before you submit the exercise. The next video will show you some examples of what I'm talking about, appropriate and inappropriate information system development failures.